up, guys? It's LogicLookss, and today, boys, we got another episode of the top snipes of the week. And today's episode is jam-packed with a bunch of invincible snipes, a bunch of just crazy snipes, and people making literally millions of MT on their snipes this week. So I'm excited to get into it and share with you guys what the community's best ended up getting. So we're gonna get into the video without further ado, man. Let's go. Boys, before we get into the snipes and some of the community's best snipes this week, man, I do want to mention a few things. Number one, if you have a snipe that you want to send in, go ahead and send it into my Twitter or Instagram. I prefer Twitter, but you can do it either way you want. They're going to be on the screen right now. You guys can go ahead, DM me your snipe or send it in on Sunday morning when I actually tweet out. I usually always tweet out Sunday morning around noon asking for your guys' snipes. So go ahead and send them in then if you need, to send in your snipes. If you have something crazy that you think could be featured in the videos, definitely go ahead and send it in right there. Also, over 50% of you guys are still not subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy the content, you enjoy the videos, hit that subscribe button, man. It is absolutely free and it helps the channel out a ton as well. So we're gonna get into the snipes, man. I'm excited to get into some of these because we got some crazy ones this week. We got a lot of invincible snipes. We obviously got some new content with the new Invincible Lebron, so we got a lot to go over. Let's get into the video. Let's get into some snipes, man. Let's go. Boys, getting into the snipes of this week's episode, man, we got some bangers for you guys, and we're gonna start off with my guy TJ. Now TJ is a pretty consistent feature on these videos. He's usually here because he goes absolutely crazy with the sniping over on Xbox, and he ended up getting himself a nice little snipe this week. Well, he actually ended up sending me a lot of snipes, but I decided to pick this one because I just feel like nobody else actually got a snipe like this. But he ended up getting himself a nice little Kawhi Leonard, one of the best players on this planet, for 100,000 MT. That right there is a huge come up. Kawhi Leonard was still like 550k even after he was out of pack. So that card right there is very expensive. TJ probably sold it for around there. So a 400k profit on a nice little Kawhi. You literally cannot go wrong with that. So shout out to my guy TJ for starting off the episode with a bang. And then of course, we got my boy Nick, aka Energetic, man. If you guys don't know him, you probably should. If you don't know him, you're sleeping, wake up. But listen, bro, he ended up getting himself a nice little snipe, and by nice little, I don't mean little at all. He ended up getting himself one of the most expensive cards in the game, probably the best player on the planet right now, bro. None other than Kevin Durant for 100,000 MT. You guys are gonna have to see the screenshot right here, bro. He actually had to scroll over a few times. Some of you guys probably already saw this because I'm pretty sure, he literally made a video on it. So, hey, if you guys saw this already, W to you. But he ended up getting a KD. The KD cards, bro, I'm telling you right now, KD, it just fluctuates in price so much because the card is something that a lot of people want, and there's really not that many KDs on the market. So the card could sell for literally anything. I believe Nick sold it for around like 900k if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Correct me in the comment section, Nick, if I'm wrong. And congratulations to the both of you guys for starting off the episode with the two best players in the world, I should say, and two absolute banger snipes. Boys, the next snipe actually comes in from my guy Benitez, and he ended up getting himself one of the best young players in the NBA right now. He ended up getting himself none other than LaMelo Ball, and of course he got him for 100,000 MT. Now that card right there is usually selling for around 350k. Benitez, let me know how much you actually sold it for on the dot. I'm pretty sure right now, if I'm not mistaken, his price is around like 300 to 400k depending on what you have added on to him, if you have contracts, whatnot. But regardless, a huge W to my guy Benitez on that LaMelo snipe. You cannot go wrong with that at all. And then of course, we got my boy Medi. Medi ended up getting himself a few crazy things, but I decided to put this one in because Benitez already got the LaMelo. Medi did end up snapping two LaMelos on the same refresh, but I had to put this in instead. He ended up getting himself a LeBron, not the Invincible Lebron, but still the out of position 2 LeBron, which is an absolutely crazy snipe at the end of the day, bro. So huge W to my boy Medi on that LeBron snipe. Cannot go wrong with that at all. He also had a diamond contract and a diamond shoe on him. So hey, huge W, huge come up. Shout out to Medi, man. Now boys, the next two snipes in this video right now are actually both going to be invincible snipes. We got my boy Saeem. I hope I said that right. My fault if I mispronounced your name, bro. Let me know in the comment section if I said it right. But my boy Saeem ended up getting himself an invincible snipe, and it was none other than one of the best invincible snipes in the game. He ended up getting himself a nice little Tracy for 100,000 MT. You cannot go wrong with that at all, man. That is one of the best snipes that you could possibly get in this game. So huge W to my boy Saeem, and huge congratulations to him as well for getting that Tracy McGrady. That is very tough to do, bro. It's hard enough to snipe a regular dark matter that's going for like 200k. It is very difficult to actually get an invincible snipe. I still have not gotten my first invincible snipe. I might have to do a video where I literally just try to get an invincible snipe, and the video will end when I actually get one. I don't know. We'll see if I do that, but huge congratulations to Saeem on his Tracy snipe. Cannot go wrong with that. Then of course we got my boy Shaq, and the invincible snipes do not stop here because Shaq ended up getting Dwight, which kind of seems weird because I mean both were centers in the NBA, but my boy Shaq ended up getting Dwight Howard for 100,000 MT, and I believe he actually showed me a screenshot. He did end up selling him for, I believe it was 350k, so I mean not bad at all, man. A nice little Dwight snipe, a nice little invincible card snipe, cannot go wrong with that. Huge congratulations to Shaq and Saeem on both of their invincible snipes. Boys, the next snipe comes in from my guy Ray, and he ended up getting himself the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Michael Jeffrey Jordan for 100,000 MT. That right there is a huge W, man. You cannot go wrong with that at all. Michael Jordan for 100k. I mean, that's one of the more rare snipes that I've actually seen. I haven't really seen too many MJ snipes in general on Twitter or, you know, anywhere on social media. So huge congratulations to my boy Ray for getting himself a nice little Michael Jordan for 100,000 MT. Cannot go wrong with that at all, man. Nice little snipe. Ray, let me know how much you sold that MJ for. And then, of course, we got my boy Big Feed with one of the best snipes in this week's episode, man. Big Feed ended up getting himself none other than Invincible LeBron James for 75,000 MT. Not even 100k, 75,000 MT. That is just a huge W, a huge come up. I'm not really too sure what filter he was on, but shout out to Big Feed for getting that LeBron. And then, of course, I also got to give a huge shout out to Kwesi. I believe I said that right. Shout out for him also getting a LeBron. I didn't put it in the video, but I mean, both of those guys ended up getting an Invincible LeBron. So congrats to the both you guys. LeBron is over 1 million MT. So I mean, you guys brought in a huge come up. Congrats to the both you guys. Keep up the good work. And then, boys, the last two snipes to end off this week's episode, we got to go with my boy Smitty right here. Now, Smitty ended up sending me a ton, and I mean a ton of snipes throughout the week. I had to pick this one right here, though, because, I mean, we haven't got one in the episode yet, so I had to put it in. He ended up getting himself a nice little Giannis for 100,000 MT. Giannis is still over 500,000 MT, so I mean, huge W to my boy Smitty on that Giannis snipe. Cannot go wrong with that at all. He also did end up sniping a LeBron. I believe he sniped a Dwight, if I'm not mistaken, an Embiid, a Kawhi. He ended up sniping literally everything that you could possibly snipe in the game, so he went absolutely crazy this week. Huge shout out to him, and huge shout out to him for that Giannis snipe. Cannot go wrong with that at all. And then, of course, to end off the episode, we got my boy Rodri, who also ended up going crazy and sniping a ton of crazy things, but he ended up getting himself probably one of his best snipes, I would say. I mean, it probably is one of his best snipes. He ended up getting himself none other than Invincible Kevin Durant for 100,000 MT, and he had to scroll over a few cards. So huge congratulations to my boy Rodri, and of course my boy Smitty on both of their crazy snipes. Huge congrats to everybody included in this episode. W on all the snipes. Keep up the good work, and hey, bro, the profit keeps coming in. So yeah, boys, that's pretty much gonna do it for this week's Top Snipes of the Week episode. Hopefully you guys did end up enjoying it. It was a little bit quick. You guys saw the snipes that, you know, the community ended up getting. We definitely had some crazy submissions in here, man. Definitely some snipes that, you know, you don't really see that often. Some invincible snipes and whatnot, and probably millions upon millions of MT if you combine all the snipes in this week's episode. I would probably say like 5 to 10 million MT made if you combine everything. So huge W to everybody included. If you didn't get included, you might have sent me your snipe in late or forgot to send it in. So go ahead, just send it in next week. Don't worry about it. I will, you know, try to look at it again if I didn't see it or if you guys send it in late. Also, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new and you enjoy the content. I'll catch you guys later today with probably another video. If it doesn't come out later today, then we'll just have a double upload, you know, tomorrow with the no money spent episode. So stay tuned for all that. I will catch you guys in the next one, man. I love you. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'll see you. Peace.